Angelz. It's me. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lookin BRATZ. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lookin BRATZ, aka Dom. Or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I know that I am not talking about BRATZ in this video, though I do typically, for the most part. Although, you know what? Like, I am Lookin BRATZ, but I think my YouTube channel really is me talking about a lot of not BRATZ. But I know when I do talk about BRATZ, people love it and it gets the most views. But I like to share my other interests and my other dolls in my collection. You know, sometimes we get some hits here and there with the non-BRATZ dolls. Usually it's like a doll like adjacent to BRATZ from like 20 years ago that'll get a lot of views and likes, which, hey, it's natural, it happens. I'm making it sound like puberty. So this is an impromptu video. It's like maybe 11:30, 11:45 at night, and I had a really, really long day at work, and I don't know. I think I'm like in a weird spot right now just in my life where it's not bad, but it's not like it's just not bad. I can't say it's like great, it's amazing, but like I'm okay. And that is a weird feeling for me. Is just like I'm just okay. Also, please don't mind my collar of my shirt. This is like my lounge shirt. It's like one of those $10 shirts from like Charlotte Russe. So don't judge me. But my hair's not done. I'm just kind of coming at you fresh from the shower, and I brushed my teeth though, so that's good. I did my skincare. That's why I look a little bit extra, maybe glowy or just sweaty. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent, which is what I do, so welcome to that part of my channel if you don't know that yet. But I wanted to open these dolls because they've been kind of sitting around for I've had the one solo in the spotlight, this one, for maybe like a week and a half now, and I've been looking at her from across the room, and every time I come home from work I'm like but I was waiting for her. I was waiting for the 35th anniversary Barbie, who is based off of the original Barbie from 1959. And I got feedback on Twitter. I don't know, I go to Twitter a lot just to ask questions. And so right now, my job, I don't work in the doll industry. I don't work in the toy industry. I don't work in anything remotely close to it. I'm sure there's a lot of parallels between my job and that. It has nothing to do with what I do on the internet. It's very, very far removed, but I was given the opportunity to do something really cool at my job, and it's very Barbie centric, and it's centered around Barbie, and I'm really, really excited for it, and it's really got me in the mood for Barbies. So I have bought more Barbies, and I asked Twitter, like, you know, first I asked, what are the most impactful doll lines in your opinions, aside from the typical BRATZ or Barbie or Monster High, that kind of thing. I wanted to see what other feedback I could get, and I got a lot of cool answers from that, so shout out to Twitter. Also, feel free to share in the comments. I don't know when this is going up, but I was kind of like trying to use data from that to help me in the planning process of this opportunity at work. And then I have now asked what is the most impactful Barbie line or Barbie doll. So I'm hoping to get some cool answers from there. And I already have like a list in the back of my head of like what dolls like stand out to me as someone who isn't necessarily like, I'm not a diehard Barbie collector. I do enjoy Barbie, but I haven't collected her like religiously like a lot of folks have. I'm obviously a little bit more of a BRATZ boy. But I really want to get more into Barbies, and I've always loved the look of the first Barbie, like the vintage Barbies. I love the face-ups, I love the sculpts, and I know, these are not the most accurate to the original dolls. I mean, hey, you know, I've been there because, you know, I'm a BRATZ fan and I go through the same struggle, and I'm sure our community goes through the same struggle that the Barbie fans have or do go through. I wanted to get the 2009 reproduction, but honestly, just like, I wanted to go for this one because it's cheaper and it has the same look to me. Like, I don't need it to be like biblically accurate. I just kind of like the general look of the doll. So I think this was a good option for me. She was like $21 and I was like, okay, I don't think I can pass up $21. So I was good there. And then with the Solo in the Spotlight, I think she came out a year after that reproduction because this is also a 35th anniversary reproduction, but Solo in the Spotlight came out in 1960, a year after, or maybe like, I don't know, within the same timeline as this. I mean, obviously the same timeline, but like, I don't know how soon after it came out, after the original Barbie, but there's a lot of reproductions in like this style of box and I really, really enjoy them. But Solo in the Spotlight has always stood out to me. And I really wanted to get it right after Margot Robbie did her red carpet look for the Barbie movie. And I just didn't at the time. I think I was just too preoccupied in money and whatnot, whatever, the usual excuses. And this one was pretty cheap. I think it was only like 25 bucks. And the seller threw in an ornament, also Solo in the Spotlight. And I was like, okay, I do kind of want the ornament. So I went for the one with the ornament. But I wanted to unbox these. The boxes are kind of beat up. They're yellowed. These are now 30-year-old dolls. This one came out in, because 65 this year. So yeah, 1993. Or I guess 94. I don't know. Can someone like a Barbie collector confirm? But here it is. I'll probably keep the back of the box if anything, but I think this might be the original one. This doesn't look like a reproduction because the reproduction does look different, and her bangs are not as curled as the original. And I kind of think I can like fix that. I kind of want to do like the boil wash with or like a boil perm, I guess. I have like the little fuzzy, the wires, you know, like the little fuzzy things like for like arts and crafts. I was thinking of like wrapping up the bangs and giving her curly bangs so that it matches her original doll a little bit more. But I went for this one because I was like, okay, it's cheaper than the 2009 doll. And I wanted the box. I think the box is really cute. Like this inner box in the box. And I don't know, she still looks cute to me. So I'm like, I'm not super picky about it. The back does say, she's back, the most famous, it's late, 35th anniversary Barbie. She's back, the most famous American teenage fashion model ever, looking just as she did in 1959 when the world of Barbie dolls first began. Now is a perfect time to start a Barbie doll collection for a special little girl in your life, or for the special little girl in you. This is for the special little girl in me, I think. I'm every woman. I think that's Barbie. They should have had that song in the Barbie movie. Because Barbie was like literally every woman. I'm just going for it and I'm ripping her open. Oh, and it also has an interesting note. It says not intended to be used with original 1959 doll stands. So I think that's where some of the differences might start out, is like there's people were saying that she just doesn't look accurate and that's why she's so cheap. And I would say it's probably that and the fact that they probably overproduce the dolls. And I feel like that's a thing with reproductions, is like once there's a reproduction out on the market, especially like when you reproduce it for like the first time, I think this kind of happened with BRATZ. It's like you overproduce it, expecting a lot more demand, and then people will buy it up, thinking that it's going to be worth something, kind of like Beanie Babies. I think that's happened with a lot of Barbies, to be fair. Like, a lot of Barbies that are meant to be collector Barbies are cheap. Like, they're in, like, the $25 to $30 price range, or at least that's what I've noticed. There are obviously Barbies that... There's Barbie... Ooh. No way. No way, they have the Toys R Us receipt in here. Oh, that is so cool. They included the original Toys R Us receipt. They probably didn't know. Wow. They bought it September 24th in 1994, and with tax they paid $27.11, but without tax they only paid $24.99. So that's interesting to note, that a doll that's probably kind of like considered collector-ish at that point in the 90s was only $25, which is now kind of like our standard Playline price. I'm really glad they included that receipt. I love old toy receipts. My aunt, when I last, or maybe not last saw her, back in like 2018, she had like a box of receipts from Toys R Us, and I have them somewhere, and some of them are kind of faded, but some of them aren't, and it's so fun to like see the old Toys R Us receipts, but also the prices of what everything was like back in like the 2000s or the 2010s, like early 2010s, I should say. So the stall does have a stand, and there are instructions on how to use said stand. There is the Barbie Bazaar magazine subscription form in here. I'm definitely keeping this. This is so cool. And I remember I went to Barnes and Noble, and there was like a Barbie thing. This is like before the movie, like maybe a year or so before the movie. I was with my ex at the time, and I was checking out the magazines, and there was one about Barbie, and they were talking about Barbie Bazaar in it. And I always hear people talk about Barbie Bazaar in the community. And there's also this form here. Oh wait, I love this. I love this so much. I gotta do this more often. I have to buy more. It's vintage. It's vintage dolls at this point because it's over 20 years old. Also, someone was trying to like be like, why are you calling this vintage when it's not vintage? And I'm like, well, 20 years old is vintage. And this is 30 years old, so this is more vintage now. I have a feeling the stand is in this box. I won't lie, with something like this, I don't know the storage conditions. And so my immediate fear is like silverfish or dead silverfish in this type of packaging. But this one seems to be pretty clear. Knock on wood, because I really just don't. I hate silverfish. They freak me out. But here's what the inside of the box looks like. And you'd put the doll's legs through there. And you could put her in the box and display her. And then she does come with a stand. And I have to say, like, also with the storage conditions is that even though the box itself, like, it's yellowed, I think that's really more a degradation of the plastic rather than the storage conditions, because the box here is very white. It's not white, it's white. So yeah, it's all like pretty like well intact, and I do love that. I adore that a lot. I love this unboxing process because of everything that we have seen so far, and it really reminds me of how fun it really used to feel to unbox dolls. And I still have fun unboxing dolls that are like from this era of dolls, but I feel like really you have to unbox a doll from like 20 to 30 or even 40 years ago to really understand how like exciting it was, because it wasn't just the doll and the accessories or the doll and the outfits that came with it. It was like the doll, the accessories, the outfits, the pamphlets, the paper goods, literally a bunch of other things. Like, who knows what could pop out. Of course, not everyone's gonna have a Toys R Us receipt pop out, because that was probably just in my circumstance, which I'm really glad, because that is really just up my alley. But it just kind of captures that excitement. And also, I do like the stand, and it hasn't yellowed, so that's cool. And it has the Barbie logo right there. And it like slides on. I've never actually used a Barbie stand like this, as far as I know. So it's, I always have an interesting time with Barbie stands. I feel like they're never quite the best. I'm having a hard time with this, and I feel like someone mentioned this about the stands, like there was something up with the stand. I don't know if this was the case. So what the issue is that this plastic here is a little too thick for the compartment it's supposed to slide into. But we do have the waist holder here, and I think that can just probably slide on. Oh, maybe I have it on wrong. Maybe, just maybe I'm putting it on wrong. Maybe that's my issue. I think that was my issue. There we go. I'm just a little ditzy. And I think, let me get some of these accessories out because they are calling my name here. I'm surprised the shoes are not sticky. Maybe the legs are? Oh, the legs don't feel sticky. Something I tend to notice with Barbie dolls that I buy from maybe like 20, 30 years ago is that the legs can sometimes feel sticky because of the plastic and the plasticizers like degrading and all of that. But she has these cute little black pumps. And then she does have sunglasses, of course. And they are these nice white shades with the blue lens. And they kind of do flip out, but they're a little flimsy. They're not like actual sunglasses, but they kind of mimic real sunglasses with the arms here. And then she does come with a card. Let me take that out carefully. I don't want to rip it. All right, she comes with a special edition booklet. Oh my goodness. I love this so much. I miss doll booklets a lot. There's a timeline of what Barbie had done in the 35 years. Up until that point, I'm sure this would have expanded a lot by now, of course. But it does show the timeline of like Barbie, some of her significant moments, her family, her friends that got introduced. They have Christy, they have Skipper, they have Jazzy, Stacy, Nikki. All of them Barbies is pretty. Now, I don't know if Nikki came out by this point. Maybe she did. I'm just quoting the song. Sorry. I think Nikki was just a few years after, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I don't see her on the list here. So. But I really want to get into Teen Skipper from the 90s. I really love those dolls. And knowing that Carter Bryant, I believe, designed a lot of the Teen Skipper dolls from the 90s, or at least a good chunk of them, as far as I know, I think that's really cool. I have two versions of the Grand Entrance Barbies that Carter Bryant designed with the blue gowns, so I love those. Those are kind of stored away right now, but I do want to bring them out at some point. Now, something I've been reminded of with just like general doll unboxings lately, because I've been buying some like older dolls, is when dolls used to come with these metal wires, these little wire, I don't even know what to call them. They just held the doll in place. I used to have to twist these off all the time. Sometimes I cut through them, but this one is a little hard. Yeah, I can't really cut through these ones. I just want to feel the hair. Okay, the hair is Saran. I was like feeling really, really skeptical about the hair because of how shiny it looks. And like, I don't know, like I don't really think Barbie ever used polypropylene up until like recent years, but I just don't know. Like, I don't know what the hair quality of dolls from like back then were like. I know there's probably a lot of Kanekalon. Like, I see it in photos of like 90s Barbies. I definitely like noticed the Kanekalon, which I'm not against Kanekalon, but it's just not my fave. And I really want to know if the original Barbie from 1959, what kind of hair she had, because whenever I see pictures of like the Barbies, like the original Barbies, like from that year, they always look busted. They look like they're falling apart for the most part. And they look like they have like really bad hair. But I think it might also just be the fact that the plastic on a lot of them look like it's degrading. And it probably is degrading. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting to see. And I cannot get this thing off of her waist. Okay, so I don't like the way that they tied this, because they tied it behind her ponytail, so it like loosened up the ponytail, but it was gonna have to get washed anyway because the rubber bands did degrade in the hair, and it's just letting the hair all loose now. So I'm definitely gonna be washing that out with some dish soap. I'm gonna condition it and maybe do a little bit of a boil wash, and I'm definitely thinking of trying to boil perm these curls, like this bang a little bit. But she's pretty. The only thing, of course, which is like kind of out of the control of like when they originally produced this, was the rubber band. So I'm gonna have to clean up this body. But I really do think she's gorgeous. I love, love, love the face ups on the early Barbies. They're just so pretty. I do love that she comes with a tag, but I'm gonna have to like take it off because I am gonna be like washing her body off. The legs feel just slightly, no, it might not be the legs, it might be the plastic here. I feel like it just feels kind of sticky. I do like that they actually use what looks like possibly real metal, if not electroplated jewelry. She's really, really gorgeous. I'm not mad that I got the reproduction. I mean, if I ever find the 2009 one, I would probably buy it to keep in box because I love the presentation of it. But as someone who's not like very like religiously into Barbie, I think I'm fine with this reproduction. And she does have bend and snap knees, I think. Or maybe she doesn't. Maybe they're just kind of still. they're so, the rubber makes it feel like, they feel like rubbery almost. The articulation is very limited. I think it's just based off the original Barbie. I really want to get a Silkstone Barbie, and I've been eyeing this one, which is like in the swimsuit, and I really, really want to maybe like try to get it one day. But she looks really good. There's like under her swimsuit, I guess it was supposed to be like glued down. It's all icky. I'm gonna have to wash a lot of these pieces and the bodies and all of that, but overall, a really cute doll. I'm not mad. All right, now I have like a bunch of degraded rubber band bits all over my little table here that I'm put my stuff down on. But we're gonna move on to Solo in the Spotlight. This video is longer than I'm expecting, which, you know what, is okay because I am really digging this unboxing process. I would love it if the person kept the receipt in this one too, but I doubt they did. This one has a really long, oh, and it has the keepsake ornament. I wonder if maybe they purchased the doll and the ornament together because it advertises it on the back. And I'm sure like back then they probably like were doing like a deal or something, or like just really trying to push for people to buy the ornament along with the doll. But the back of it says, "The lights dim. A hush falls over the audience. Barbie steps up to the microphone just as she did in 1960, wearing the most popular vintage fashion of all time, Solo in the Spotlight. From its close-fitting gown with a sassy flounce and single red rose, to the long, sleek gloves and open-toe heels, everything about her sensational look captures the drama and style of the early 1960s. This special reproduction is a second chance to begin at the beginning, or to start a Barbie doll collection for a special little girl in your life." It should say the special little girl in you as well. But this one says 1994, Timeless Creations, the collectible specialty doll division of Mattel Inc. in El Segundo. So that's cool to know. Cool beans. Let's open her up. Okay, there's no receipt in here. I'm canceling the seller. Should I save the back? I don't know. Is it worth it? Because I kind of like, I don't know. But it's kind of the same. There's the stand instructions and there is the card. Now this is something different. This one has a hairbrush and the other one did not have a hairbrush. So the shoes come in the bag at the bottom. The shoes are the exact same as the 1959 Barbie. And then it does come with that classic Barbie brush. I call this classic. I don't know if it's the original brush, but whenever I see this brush, I definitely think Barbie. The stand looks like it's the exact same, so we don't really need to go over that. Okay, I did the stand wrong again though, but it actually went on this time. When it went in the wrong position, I was like, oh, okay, I got it this time. No, Dom, you did not have it that time. You were still wrong. Now, the microphone is interesting because it looks like there's a metal, maybe magnetic piece. Do I have something magnetic to try this on? I don't think that was magnetic. All right, so that's not magnetic, but it looks like metal. But the microphone goes in it. Yeah. Oh, my leg fell asleep. Okay. Solo in the Spotlight. We're gonna open her up. Saran hair. Can confirm. I think my friend is inviting me to play on DVD right now, and I left DVD on in the background. Dead by Daylight, if anyone plays. And I am over here filming a video. I'm opening Barbies. This is just so unlike me. Honestly, like, this time of night, I tend to, like, wind down, and then I will play DVD. Like, I'll take a shower, get done what I need to get done. I will not open dolls, but now I am opening dolls. I think I was really just eager to open these dolls, and I was just kind of, like, in the mood. I was kind of like, yeah, let me go open these Barbies, because these have been really like exciting me, just like kind of the thought of it. And I am I getting emotional? Oh my god, I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now. I don't know what it is, but something about this is giving me a nostalgic feeling that I didn't think I could feel with Barbie specifically. Like, I do have very much nostalgic feelings for Barbie. Of course, I think for most doll collectors, I think Barbie is kind of the starting point for a lot of us. I think it was Barbie and Disney Princess for me specifically. Also, I did get I got Miss Solo in the spotlight out of the package. I love this dress a lot. It looks really, really good. She's a really gorgeous doll, and I love the necklace. I My nostalgic feelings for Barbie really does stem to like when I was a kid and before I got into BRATZ, before I really understood what BRATZ was. And I was really into those early like 2001, 2002 type Barbies. And I remember I would go to Toys R Us and I would like pick out like Barbies like with like, you know, my family. And I remember this one specific memory, and I don't know if I should really talk about this. So my dad would, I don't know what it was like. So we would ask for like, he got me, or I think he got me, I don't know. And this is like not for nothing. My dad, I don't know how to like say it, but like a compulsive liar, or at least a lot at the time. I don't know about now, like how he is with that, but he always like supported me. Like it never had to do with like my sexual orientation, never had to do with me liking dolls. He was always super duper supportive of that. He was probably like one of the most accepting people when I came out. But anyways, it's besides the point. It's that he got me like a collector like Barbie, or I want to say it might have been like a collector Disney Belle doll from Toys R Us, and this had to be like 2002, 2003, because I was really small. And I remember we had to go to like this weird, like the side entrance of Toys R Us to pick it up. And I'm wondering if like was that the protocol to get the doll, or was he stealing it? I don't know. Like, was this a crime? Like, because my needless to say, when we were on the way to back to the apartment, he got pulled over and arrested because the car was reported stolen because it wasn't his car. It was, I think, my aunt's car. But I remember just being in the back seat, like so confused because there was like police cars everywhere and whatnot. And I remember going to the apartment later on, like with my aunt, and then my mom came to pick me up. And I remember playing with the doll. So I don't know how we got to this part of my life. I don't know how we got to this part of my life, but I think that brings me like the special edition collector type feeling, the packaging, it's bringing me back to that place. And it's a weird type of nostalgia of just going to Toys R Us. I think the receipt also, something as simple as that just like brings me back to it. I think I really need to embark on a Barbie journey. I think this is kind of like rekindling something in me that I don't know if it needed to be like kindled at all, but it does. This doll is gorgeous. I am feeling that weird sense of nostalgia just because it is bringing me to that place, and it makes me miss that time of my life where I could go to a toy store. I could get dolls. I could look at dolls at Toys R Us specifically. I miss KB Toys too. KB Toys was my jam, especially with BRATZ. Like, KB Toys was really the spot. I also have to just say, like, I love her earrings. I love the way they did the earrings. This is just, you know what? Like, I know this probably is like ridiculous to Barbie collectors who might be watching this, because you're probably like, okay, like that is not an accurate doll whatsoever. Like, that's just a reproduction. But I get that feeling from these dolls. Just a good feeling. Like a good nostalgic feeling. And I think I really need to embark a little bit deeper on a Barbie journey. And I probably, this video turned into something I was not expecting it to turn into at all. But I really just felt some like emotions like come over me like in this moment of like, I don't know. I think I might be done because I feel like I'm gonna cry at some point. I think I've just been very emotional lately, and this is kind of doing me in here. This is ridiculous. I'm like literally ridiculous, by the way, but I'm a little bit dramatic too. Like, I won't lie, like I'm a bit dramatic, but I'm just, I guess I'm okay with where I'm at in life. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a little bit of a strange video, wasn't it? It was very impromptu. And I've been filming for like 38 minutes now, and I didn't mean to. I thought this was gonna be like a 20-minute video. Like, oh, I'll film in 20 minutes. Once I edit it down, it'll be like 17 minutes when I cut out all the bits of me opening the bobs. But the power of Barbie, might I say. The power of Barbie. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it weirded you out. I hope you got entertainment value. I think I'm entertaining. Maybe not. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more stories about my dad going to jail now. I tend to always bring it back to something that happened in my life. I don't think I've ever gotten to the point of talking about my father or my relationship with my father. But hey, maybe we'll get into it more one day. I think dolls, for me, there's always a symbolism. It always can take me... Oh, see, my phone is telling me to shut up now because it's going to die. Dolls can really take me back. I think a lot of folks feel this way. I think a lot of doll collectors might sort of understand this feeling of just like, it can take you there. It can really take you there. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all socials at LOOKIN BRATZ. Hold the G on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. These dolls are getting washed, by the way, so don't mind me doing this. And Coffee. I'm on Coffee, and I'm on Amazon storefront. My TikTok is popping off lately for some reason, so I'm not going to argue against it. My Facebook right now has more followers than my Instagram. Just like, it just inched it out. This is the second time this has happened, which is always so funny to me because I'm like, why? And anyways, follow me on socials, Lookin Bratz. Go to lookinbratz.com. I just reopened my shop, so there's merch on there. I'm kind of re-releasing the merch that I had before, and I added a few new things here and there, and I am looking to expand upon it and do some more exciting things with it. I just kind of opened it because people kept asking me, and I was like, okay, like, if you really want to buy it, here it is. But I am looking to improve the shop significantly. I like the merch I have, but whatever. Anyways, sorry. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see y'all in the next one. Sorry. Impromptu video, impromptu thoughts. I'm just saying what's coming to my head right now. So thank you for watching. Bye. I looked down and I forgot the ornament. Here's the ornament. It's cute. The ornament is pretty cute. Here she is. I love that she has the real fabric, like the netting here. That's really cute. Okay. Now I might need to get more of these. Okay. For real though, I'm peacing out. Bye. Take care.